So the objectives of this workshop is in line with the theme of the training, which is to strengthen collaboration between SAIs and CSOs in Nigeria. So we'll be talking about how to support the SAIs.
Talking about collaboration, how both the non-state actors and the state actors need to collaborate together when you're talking about accountability. So, and that's one of the reasons why we are here to discuss how we can work with, government institutions around supreme audit institutions specifically to promote accountability. Public accountability is not necessarily about money. It talks about resources. It talks about different things. Accountability might be it might be around asking you to account for maybe table of waters in this room. Not necessarily resources or funds or with you. So which is actually key, and also taking ownership. We as citizens need to start taking ownership of government resources, to start seeing it. I think that's one of the basic challenge we have anyways in encouraging citizens to hold government accountable. Most citizens sees government project as it's for government, it's not mine. So I think that's another narrative we need to start changing.
It's a workshop to build capacity of civil society actors in Nigeria on strengthening collaboration with supreme audit institution, and how CSOs and audit institutions can better work together on several cost-cutting issues, bordering on accountability, governance, transparency issues, as well as even core issues that affect supreme audit institutions, such as the independence of audit institutions, effectiveness of performance, and what have you. We appreciate IDI for the amount of work they've done in putting this content together. So this is one of the country context workshop, and this country context workshop is also going to happen in other jurisdictions within Africa and out of Africa. We are very, very big on transparency, accountability, citizens engagement, participation at the state and local level. And that's why you see that the demography of participation in this workshop, we have 50% of civil society working at the center, and then the remaining 50% we spread it across the sub-states to be able to continue to interrogate what's happening at subnational level. There are different organizations working across several thematic focus areas, and then everyone is able to bring to bear their experience, their practice, modalities, resourcefulness into the workshop.
The training is very spectacular, is formative and educative. I do a lot of community engagements. I'm going to bring it down to the grassroots and let people see how they can make, how they can hold their leaders accountable, how they can make them responsible and answerable to the resources that have been accredited to them.
We've talked about mutualism, we've talked about collaboration, we've talked about involvement of all stakeholders. In a situation where you have an accountability system where everybody is on board, everybody understands, and everybody's involved in the process, implementation, monitoring and evaluating the process, certainly we have a high level of accountability.
Those stages in the audit process and what potential exists for collaboration between SAIs and CSOs. So you have the audit planning stage. We've talked about it, that we can co-plan audit work together with them. And if you're able to participate at that level, you can then bring concerns of citizens as part of the focus that audit institutions should look into.
Information determines, it is one of the first process to holding people accountable. Even if you want to hold governments accountable, access to information, which is key, because you can only hold governments accountable if you have the information you want to use to hold them accountable.
It's been a workshop that has been very, very insightful, and strengthening the audit process is something that I learned a lot today, and showing that we should find creative ways to build collaboration with audit agencies, the different steps in which we can get citizens to be more participatory, I think has been my take home. And one thing that I would really like to see is this type of program being scaled down for other NGOs, especially at the subnational level, to actually strengthen the audit process in Nigeria.